Hello and good evening everyone watching online through our LinkedIn Live and here in the PMCC Cafe HQ in Kuala Lumpur. It is a great honor to welcome you all to this intriguing launch event of something that could quite literally change your entire career and potential in the project management industry. Today, we celebrate launching PMCC Cafe and the first of its learning projects, AI-driven success, the future-proof approach to project management, written by our very own Peter Wiss, sponsored by PMCC and published by Project Mentors. I'm Dini and I'll be your host for today's event. I'm sure many of you at home or even here in the crowd are thinking, what is this all about? It's new and intriguing, the PMCC Cafe. So throughout this event, we will answer all your questions and hear from the man himself behind the development and creation of PMCC Cafe. Peter Wiss, whom I am sure all of you know, is a mighty force in the project management world. Firstly, let's take a step back and get to understand more about PMCC and the corporate project management business that has supported and sponsored the development and execution of the new PMCC Cafe. So here's a short video to show you more about this powerhouse project management company.
PMCC has been growing and developing in Southeast Asia since 2007. We excel in multiple industries and have established ourselves as a comprehensive construction consultancy. We take pride in our methods and standards, our professional conduct and expertise that comes with years of experience. We have expanded our horizons, entered new industries and developed. Our services are project management, contracts, claims, and disputes, commercial management, EPCM, requirements management, planning and training. We provide these services across all industry sectors and our clients include contractors, developers, end users, and financial entities. We cater to your unique needs and requirements, we educate and teach and above all, we get the job done. That is what makes PMCC Corporation your trusted project partner.
Okay, welcome back guys. So, as you can see, the company is well-renowned and experienced in major projects and its history speaks for itself. So, just a reminder, so make sure to add your questions in the LinkedIn page comment box and the team will prepare the top questions for Peter to answer later. So, your questions may be answered by Peter himself, who knows? So, let's find out more about this next phase for the PMCC company and the launch of PMCC Cafe. We introduce you to Peter Wiss, the Group CEO of PMCC, the founder of PMCC Cafe, and also the founder of Project Mentors, a high-level mentoring program that Peter is also launching for all those that wish to massively elevate their career. However, more about Project Mentors in the future. PMCC Cafe is the highlight for today.
This is about the author. Peter Wiss is a trailblazer in the realm of AI and project management, seamlessly bridging the two domains with his role as an AI whisperer and prompt engineer. Peter has been instrumental in driving innovation and efficiency with his deep understanding of AI capabilities and a comprehensive knowledge of project management principles. He leverages his keen insights and practical expertise to craft precise, effective prompts that guide AI models to produce useful, actionable responses. His role as a prompt engineer involves translating complex project management scenarios into clear, insightful queries that harness the full potential of AI. As an AI whisperer, Peter's role complements his prompt engineering work as he adeptly guides AI models to deliver optimal results. He understands the nuances of AI language models, enabling him to tune and refine the interaction between humans and AI to yield meaningful outputs. At Project Mentors, Peter Weiss plays a pivotal role in enhancing project management processes with AI-driven tools, ensuring streamlined operations and effective decision-making. His unique blend of AI and project management expertise makes him an invaluable asset in evolving the landscape of AI-integrated project management.
And here he is. Hi Peter, how
Hi,
are you?
Vinny.
So, we are honored for you to be here and excited about all the announcements happening and this amazing project launch. So, to start it all off, can you share some of your insight with the viewers today, please?
Of course.
The first thing we would love to know is about your career, your experiences, some of the tough things that you have been through, and where you see the future for all project managers from around the world. Go ahead.
Wow. Thank you, Dini. Thanks for the good words. So yeah, hello folks. Peter Weiss here. Looking at my career, starting 50 years ago, that's when I was born, back in Switzerland. That's when the career started, isn't it? Quite a long time. So going into the professional business, as it is in Switzerland, we have the so-called apprenticeship, where I made my master craftsman in electrical, not engineering, electrical installations, going into engineering for electrical as well, getting a PE on that same topic, ultimately going into management. However, I was in R&D for microchips and programming those guys. And that was actually quite interesting, and as well, what made my day, usually, I was in a bigger company where we have trained apprentices in big scale. That's also normal in Switzerland. So that's when I got first time actually into teaching. However, my career changed drastically when suddenly there was an opening with Siemens coming to Malaysia, and this was more than 20 years ago. And as you just heard, we are sitting here in Kuala Lumpur, obviously. The plane brought me here and never took me back, so I stay in Malaysia now for more than 20 years doing mega projects, mainly in railways, but we have done other projects as well in power plants, biogas power plants, or other topics. So the big learning there was when I did as well, a bit less than 20 years ago, my coaching exams. I used this and developed that in the career throughout to learn more on leadership, going into my own company, which is now 16 years already, doing these kind of mega projects together with a team. And the learning being in these projects, it's, as I used to say, you cannot learn project management from a book. Yes, the theory is there, of course. If you go for a book and learn about project management, that's fantastic. But for me, the big milestones, really the big milestones, are completing the mega projects, because once you have to test, commission, and hand over for operations, that's when the big learning is coming. And actually the experience from when the design started until the very end of the project, to understand how an EPC project, the engineering, the procurement, and the construction, including testing, commissioning, and handing over, which includes training to the client, the operator, the documentation, the management, the operation, maintenance manuals, and everything, which is in huge scale. So that learning, that is for me the profound milestone all over in my career. However, and that's for me now one of the key milestones, we are sitting here, when I use coaching, when I use training, I did also training for the 2 or 3 days, the standard courses. What actually was the most fulfilling part for me in my career is when I could teach people and see some of them which would never believe in themselves that they can do certain works, getting even certified, doing an MBA even, I could convince them, I could mentor them into the next level of their own being, for the next level of their own career. Mm-hmm. So, conclusion here, that's why we meet, and that's where the development went into PMCC Cafe, into the platform we have now available.
Wow, that is amazing. You really have been through so many times, and that's what gives you your insight on this view. So I'm sure your experience can really help so many people out there. So please, now share the reason for PMCC Cafe and what this is all about. I'm sure everyone, this question is lingering in their minds.
Okay, the reason you just heard, isn't it? It's partially due to my career, where I came to Malaysia and did these mega projects, not only Malaysia, Southeast Asia actually. So PMCC Cafe is a new kid on the block in the sense of transforming old school into new school in a way of giving nuggets in, sip size portions to really take a sip and learn something which matters for your job. Mm-hmm. That means you don't sit there for a 3-day course where 50% you heard already or you know already, and the other 50% is maybe something you will apply, but you forgot when you are back on the job. Mm-hmm. So that concept is different, matching youngsters like you, Dini. Mm. Being busy, being on all the handphones nowadays, trust me, 20 years ago there was no such thing, isn't it? Yeah. So PMCC Cafe is changing that platform to have a break with a coffee, cheers, having a coffee and watch a video for 5, maybe 10 minutes and learn something profound you can literally bring back to your workplace and immediately apply it. And today, what we launched today with PMCC Cafe is the AI-driven success. That's the first book we have in place to launch today and get it on the platform. Then the next one is the future of project management, which is obviously I use project management terms here, in 21 phases to being an AI and PI enabled project manager. And AI means artificial intelligence, and PI means project intelligence. But more about that once we have the product launched. And then the third project is the mental turbocharge, where you're mastering the time, knowledge and action in the digital age. So that's more on personal time management, self-management. Yeah.
So what does this mean for members or even the community or even project managers from around the world, and how this PMCC Cafe can continuously build on their potential and career and keep them up to date for their careers?
Okay. My promise for everyone here online in the crowd is my experience of more than 30 years now being in projects. As I just mentioned, all I learned in completing project after project and learning my nuggets, that's what I put into these learning sips for the basically having the break, have a coffee and have this insight in order for you to use immediately on the job. So it is practical, it is relevant for now, however, it is future-proof because I'm including as well AI. And I believe we need to learn AI nowadays because that's the future. Yeah. We can say maybe AI is not fully waterproof yet. Yeah. However, that should not be an excuse not to learn it now, isn't it?
It is ever evolving.
Exactly. So it's a combination of everything.
All right.
Yes, Tini.
Yeah, That is really something special, huh, for the industry and for the people in this event,
It's new, yeah.
as well as the project managers around the world. Also for those at home who are joining through LinkedIn Live. So, what a bright and exciting future it is for all those who immediately adopt AI in their work. So, I think it's time. Before we go to the Q&A session, as I'm sure everyone here and the ones who are joining through LinkedIn Live has a ton of questions for you regarding these great opportunities and working as a project manager in all areas. So guys, another reminder for you to add your questions in the LinkedIn page comment box for Peter to answer later. Alright, so now we turn our attention to the big news for today.
Yeah.
So, are you all ready for the announcement? Are the ones at home ready for the announcement? Are the people here in the crowd ready for this announcement? And most importantly, are
they got a
you
voice.
ready for the announcement?
I should be ready. Yes. Okay. Let's do it.
Alright, the launching of the first learning project in PMCC Cafe. AI-driven success, the future-proof approach to project management. So, you can all now purchase this 20-chapter online video, PDF and MP3 course with 150 AI prompts that will literally accelerate your working days immediately.
Hi, I'm Peter Wies. With over 30 years experience leading large-scale projects, I've witnessed the huge transformative impact of AI over the past few months. But understanding and leveraging it, that's where the magic happens. The world of project management is evolving at light speed, fueled by the power of artificial intelligence. The future isn't coming, it is here. Now you can access AI-driven success, the future-proof approach to project management, and be navigated through the AI revolution. We have created a dynamic video course with all my insights, experiences, packed into 20 groundbreaking chapters, illuminating the secrets of integrating AI seamlessly into your daily project job, with 150 AI prompts that you can immediately implement and see results in your work day, as I have over the past 1 year. Imagine yourself as an unstoppable force in project management.
Wow, this is so exciting, and I'm sure that you are all just eager to get access and start your journey, because once you start to use these tools, you will transform your working day.
Looking forward in your career, if you are AI enabled because of that booklet, you have an advantage in compared to those who are simply not, because once you are AI enabled, that means you understand how to use AI in your daily job. And now people say like, oh, but AI cannot do this, cannot do that. I'm not saying it will take over your job as a project manager. Trust me, I'm building railways. I would like to see a robot or AI going and laying tracks and all that stuff. That's not that simple, okay. However, what I put into that booklet is, first of all, the first few chapters are very general to create some awareness for you to see how good AI really is. In other words, you can also not just upload documents which have some copyrights and all that, or maybe proprietary rights in terms of company and all that. You cannot just upload because you have no idea where the document's going. However, once you go through the chapters, the first few chapters, you become aware how to use, especially at this point in time, ChatGPT, okay? And they call it so-called prompt engineer. So you become aware how to use ChatGPT as a prompt engineer to engineer your prompts in a way that you get much better quality outputs. That's one. Secondly, I give you then, from a project management point of view, you know the PMI standard, isn't it, with all the knowledge areas. So more or less, I'm going through these knowledge areas from the PMI standard and give you ideas how you can use those knowledge nuggets with AI combined to make better decisions. You can use AI for data analysis. That means AI will not forget what happened 5 years ago in the project. You can easily ask questions and boom, there you go. Because I believe the most time loss we have is looking for data and documents from the past which we can't find, isn't it? So AI has this available if you load that stuff there, and there you go, easy questions. Or the one I love the most is personalization. Basically, I tell the guy, I call this ChatGPT, my AI friend. So teach how to specifically give me answers based on the way I would write emails or letters, or going into meetings. I can actually prepare a lot, like brainstorming. You know, for me, ChatGPT is fantastic for brainstorming because you can tell, give me answers how Albert Einstein would give me a solution. And actually, ChatGPT understands that nuance of how Albert Einstein would look at things. Okay, Albert Einstein is maybe not the best guy for doing projects, but ultimately you understand the wisdom in it. So that's all going through the chapters, and there is even a chapter about agile project management, which is pretty prominent nowadays. However, I still believe the traditional waterfall principles apply, and you will find that as well inside there. Or looking at how you can improve your planning and link it then with, for instance, Primavera P6. So there are ways inside, and I believe everybody will find at least 1 or 2 chapters which benefit straight away directly in your job. So it's very practical and useful for project managers.
This really is
It
something
is.
incredible,
Yes.
huh?
It
So
is.
I kind of wish I was a project manager on how you described it and able to access this now lah. Okay, so would the course benefit someone like me, Peter, someone who is not necessarily in project management but could use some of the resources anyway?
Okay, as mentioned before,
Yeah.
if you start in the booklet, the first few chapters are about how to write prompts in a smart way, prompt stacking and all that, how to use it. So ultimately, doesn't matter in what business you are, you can actually use that knowledge already, which builds your AI intelligence in the first place. So it is general. And a lot of the other prompts, it's called project management, but you can replace that word project management to marketing. And ultimately, the output will be for marketing. However, be careful. I detailed it literally into project management, assuming that's the major output. But once you are the prompt engineer, trust me, you are that smart to change the rest as well to your needs.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So no matter what, we all agree that you should all be accessing and
Yes.
gaining this incredible knowledge. After all this information and excitement, I believe we should go to the Q&A session. So let's take a question from the audience here in the cafe. So guys, any questions from you all?
First of all, there is one chapter as well about leadership in that booklet. How to use AI in order to improve your leadership. But now it's like, oh, so I don't need to go to university anymore. It is not true. You still need to go to certain courses in order to improve your knowledge, isn't it? However, leadership especially, in my opinion, it can be learned, okay? You will not just come out from the womb and you are a graduate in leadership, isn't it? That's not the way. Leadership can be learned. How can you learn with AI? And there is also one chapter I put in, pretty much the last one. How can you develop yourself? Because AI, obviously, specifically ChatGPT, got tremendous knowledge at your fingertip, isn't it? You have basically the world's knowledge available on your keyboard, on your screen. Now I teach you there how you can develop a learning plan for yourself over the next couple of weeks, what can you do on a daily basis to improve your leadership in your case. So ultimately, ChatGPT can literally help, AI can help you to give you ideas what you can do. And if you add even the word, how can I include discipline, it will tell you, take your best moment properly early morning to learn 15 minutes on this, this and that. So that's even in the booklet. Now, learning leadership, for me, that's just a theory. What I also wrote there very clearly, and what I mentioned before, I learned the most when I went through a 3 or 4 year project on my own, finishing it, being in a leadership position, chasing youngsters, get the job done, and do it in a way that at the end of the project, they still like me and not kill me because I kicked their butts, isn't it? So leadership can be learned. AI can be the catalyst from a theoretical point of view to support that whole learning platform. So you don't need to go for a self-help book and, oh, how do I do leadership now? You can just hit the keys. And the beauty of AI, the personalization, you can actually ask, you will learn that in my book, how AI, you can ask AI to ask you questions in order to give you a specialized learning plan for you, in order to adapt to your time availability, your current situation, and how you develop to the next level. So that's, if you get a book, the book is fixed written, isn't it? And the book doesn't care about you. It just teaches you what you want to hear, respectively what I have written in a book. But AI is dynamic, and that's, to me, the key. We need to see that the capability of AI nowadays has a complete different level. And to answer your question, I hope it's answering, you know, AI literally can make a difference in your leadership career, yet you still have to learn and practice with your own team and get the feedback and improve on a daily basis and get your hands into the job.
So, Mr. Peter, if let's say I buy your book, I key in, follow what your suggestion.
Yes.
So, is my colleague using the same book and key in the same suggestion? Is the answer that came out will be the same or will be different?
Okay. It depends. Like everything in project management, it always depends. I would say the answer is not the same because you maybe make a typo error and then the answer is already different. Or I'm using the ChatGPT Model 4, so the latest, the paid version. If you use the free version, the 3.5 model, the answer will be different. If you use Google Bard, this is a similar tool like ChatGPT, the answer will be different, I can guarantee you. It depends as well on which time you are using the AI model, because if it's very, very busy, the answer can be shorter even and different from the content. So I actually experienced that. I used the prompt, and then I said, yeah, it's working. And then I use the same prompt the next day, and suddenly I get an answer. It's like, huh, what's wrong? And this is one of the chapters I'm using as well to explain, be careful. AI, that output, it is good to have that output, but you need to review and use your AI, actual intelligence, okay? You need to use your actual intelligence to verify, is that text useful? Is that output useful for me or not?
What if I'm a newcomer in that industry? It's like now I want to change my job.
Yeah.
I want to catch up with the industry. So I'm using the prompt, but they come out something that I also don't know that he's making mistakes.
Okay. If you, this is also part of the book where the learning chapter, if you are new in the industry, you can ask ChatGPT for the specialists of that industry, and then it will basically look up for the books from that particular industry, from the pros. typically in the old age, when 20 years ago, when I went to my kampung, my village library, what we said, you need to read at least 3 books from a particular profession, from professional people, in order to get a basic idea. Now you don't need to go anymore to the library. You can ask ChatGPT, give me the summary of that and that and that book. If you don't know the specialists, you ask ChatGPT, give me the most world-renowned people on that subject, and then it will give you the names. And basically there you can dig deeper into the content of these books and ask ChatGPT, bottom line, with all the above, give me a learning plan for the next 1 month to digest all this knowledge.
I'm a different kind of person. I'm an artist.
He's an artist.
Yes.
And I would like to learn more about the job of a manager, because what I intend to do is to have my own performances, basically, and want to learn more about the job of a manager. Because unfortunately for artists, we need the third party people, the middle people. So if I don't have the connections, I don't have the contacts, I would like to learn with the help of AI, because I don't see another possibility right now. Do you think it's possible?
Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear the question perfectly because you're a bit far away. But I understand you are an artist and you need AI to help you in managing your business, because you literally need more knowledge from a managerial point of view to get your business through the roof, isn't it? Yeah. So, okay. Of course, AI can help, but AI will not just do the business for you. Ultimately, what you can do, for me, when I do use AI in these topics, it is brainstorming. You can ask, what would you do? I'm this and that, like in your case, I'm an artist in that field. I would like to grow my business. I need managerial support. And trust me, AI will give you a lot of ideas you can actually do. But that's just the beginning. So you create your chat, and that's how you build all the knowledge. And then you see like, oh, that's a good idea. How can I learn more? And you actually ask more deeper and more detailed into that topic. And just lately now they link Bing again into ChatGPT. So you have literally internet access again to get even live feeds and information from the web now. Otherwise you use Google Bard, that's literally connected to the web, to actually get live information, agencies, management companies who do this kind of support, and you get links directly. If you want to learn yourself, follow what I just mentioned before. How can I learn management as an artist to grow my business?
Different professions, I would say.
I know. Yeah, but just keep in mind, AI will not do the job for you. It will keep you informed what you can do.
I see. All right.
Yeah.
We have a question online.
And
Yes, someone would like to know, Sarah would like to know, how does AI play a pivotal role in future of project management, and what benefits can the audience expect?
Okay, what pivotal role AI plays in the future of project management, huh? Okay. There are currently softwares from the big players out there which have AI implemented to a certain degree to analyze big plannings. Building BIM is coming with AI as well, and basically optimize the building structure in terms of the timing, how to build it, and bring in more this intelligence. But these tools are pretty expensive at this point in time. However, ultimately, these big tools will play a huge role for project management in the future. Now, what we are doing here, with especially today's launch, with that book, the 20 chapters, I'm diving into the individual as a project manager, like you, a newbie in project management. When you get that book, you get an idea in the first place how you can use AI in your job on a daily basis. So it clarifies, how do I use AI? And that's what I just mentioned before. You can use AI as a practical example, guys. And I did that personally. There was some site engineers doing a report on a situation on site, adding a picture and a text. But the site engineers, it was, when I read what they want to say, because I know the situation, I understood what they tried to say. But the English was by far not really, a proper report at all. So what I told these guys, okay, plug it into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to give a proper report in English, improve English. And the output is remarkable. It basically polished the English sentences, and then they just read the text, maybe change some words here and there to match the graphic, what they want to say, and this is it. And ultimately, the output is a pretty professional report within, and that's the beauty, within seconds, guys. So if you think about it, the future with AI, using AI in our project profession will reduce the time you need for doing the jobs. In other words, it improves your efficiency. It also increases, like the example I just said, it increases your quality and accuracy, isn't it? Because you can polish your English within seconds. In my case, I use it because I work here with Malaysian government. They send me letters in Bahasa Malaysia. I'm not fluent in this language at all. So I basically just scan the text, give me English version, and I get my English text. And if I want to reply, because I can load the contract into AI as well, reply according to even contract clauses, that letter is replied within seconds. I need to touch it up. And if I need to translate to Bahasa Malaysia again, I can just make a proficient letter in Bahasa Malaysia according to that content, and I get it again within seconds. So I think that's the efficiency we can get. Now, people say like, easy. Yeah, it is easy, but the big problem there is I still need to know even the translation, is it correct in the first place? So I need to check with maybe some contract people, is this letter correct in the first place? Or when I use my English version of letter, I still need to understand the subject matter, isn't it? So to me, there is a simple equation in this whole game, even for the future. AI multiplies with AI equals the result. Now what is AI and AI? AI is actual intelligence multiplied with artificial intelligence gives you the result. Now, to me, it is like rubbish in, rubbish out, isn't it? So the old statement is still there. However, if someone understands that principle, you literally can multiply your own brain into results which you have not seen before, especially in a short period of time, which is just impossible a couple of years ago. Remember the time. Windows 95, this was a groundbreaking time. I remember suddenly we got Windows 95, it's like, woohoo, the era of the computer. It changed all our lives, isn't it? Think about it. Then WhatsApp came. It changed all our life, the way we communicate. Now it's AI, and it's changing all our lives. Just be careful. It is faster than you think. The urgency matters. Hence, we give away this booklet for you to really give you the support, learn from it, and I can just promise you there is more coming. What I do, multiply my intelligence I have from my experience into the content for these courses.
Okay, well, thank you so
lucky,
much.
Lucky.
Got more questions?
Yeah. Now people get hungry.
I'll give the mic to you.
Because by listening to your explanation, I'm just wondering if I have a new stuff come in, I buy a book, everybody just using that question and they learn from there. So would there replace the trainer? Do I still need the trainer?
Okay, that's a very good question. At this point in time, I don't suggest to replace the trainer, because having a face-to-face conversation with someone who knows, to me, it still has value. Hence, that's why I'm basically promoting project mentors. That's where I really go in personally to support your immediate questions. However, AI literally can help you to train someone for your business to learn the first few miles, and concurrently with the trainer's teaching. So if you get somebody in your business new to start up, you basically say, okay, learn from AI as much as you can, and then you come and basically you have the feedback. So you play the mentor for that person, so you can reduce your contact time while AI is supporting that person when basically for the startup in your business as a newbie, and that definitely will shortcut the time, yeah. And the beauty, the person learns AI on the go, because it's the future.
Okay, thank you.
No.
One more question.
Peter, wonderful presentation there. I like the idea of AI multiplied by AI, the second AI being actual intelligence. So
Yeah.
we actually have to have our fingers on the pulse, as it were.
Yes, correct.
Now, here's a question. It's not specific to project management, but certainly applicable within project management. And it is it's what I call a people issue, a person issue. Okay, so the thing that I'm alluding to is something called attitudes, and the second
Of
part,
course, yeah.
and the second part is this idea of lifelong learning. Now, if we are like the standard student who goes to university, gets a degree, and is not, shall we say, pushed into continuous learning, he only knows what he learned in 1995, for example. And here we are in 2025, and you're totally lost. Huh? So I'd like some comment around how do we actually get people to change their attitudes, so have this hunger for knowledge, and clearly AI, as you've illustrated, gives us an opportunity, at least those of us who are hungry, to go learn new stuff. But how do we get others who are not hungry to go down this particular route?
Krishnan, you put in many questions into one sentence now. Okay, the hunger for learning, potentially it will happen when you figure out that you can't get a job anymore because you are not AI enabled, isn't it? That's when you figure out, I need to do something. And yes, even Elon Musk says already, a degree doesn't necessarily help you to get a job, isn't it? Look at the Americans. They pay a fortune, get into debts, have a degree, and no job, isn't it? So obviously, there is some sickness in the old system, isn't it? That's the... I'm not saying it was wrong those days, because the demographics from the industrialization which happened 100 years ago to the computer age, internet age, and the age we are now, where basically everything is data driven, isn't it? We are going into the Web 3 timing now, which is a complete different business. Everything goes into blockchain. So what I can see, a lot of youngsters even, their IT knowledge is pretty limited. I'm amazed actually how they can't even operate Excel or even do a simple PowerPoint presentation just on the go, you know. It's actually amazing. So to me, this kind of basic knowledge has to be there, should be taught in school actually. That's why PMCC Cafe comes into place. I'm not teaching you Excel now in that sense. However, YouTube school is there, isn't it, for this basic stuff. But PMCC Cafe is not giving you a degree which takes you 3 years to learn something which potentially is outdated when you get your degree, isn't it? What we do is, what works now AI enabled for the future to give you an idea in 5 minutes and you can go and practice it now. And if there is something new, 2 months later, I will teach you that new stuff again. So ultimately, it's not about teaching a degree. It's actually the sip size. It's not the hunger, it's the thirst for, oh, still coffee. It's actually the thirst you have to gain knowledge and keep going with learning, because there was a statement, isn't it, that every 18th month the knowledge will double on this globe. And I believe that's even in an E-curve. It's not 18 months anymore, it's even faster. It's even shorter, isn't it? So if we don't keep going with learning, I would say in the near future, we are pretty much outdated. And I'm not saying we don't need project managers anymore. We need even more project managers, because the future is changing into more projects. The operational business will fade away, because we want to have a clear start, a clear end, a budget in between, and a clear commitment we can achieve that job. Hence, it's calling for project managers. But we need the talents in that field to get the job done. So the only way is to keep going with small ingredients on a daily basis to keep that ball rolling on learning. And I know these young people here, they don't have time anymore, isn't it? But that's why what we do is we change the lessons into videos. I try to make some jokes sometimes to keep it a bit fun. Yeah. However, it's for the young people nowadays to keep learning. And I would open the topic, I'm not answering it today. Is it better to actually go for a certification you can achieve in a few days to enable you get the job done? Or do you want to go for a degree which takes you 3 years and potentially you are outdated by then and can't get a job, isn't it? So this is a topic I think we can discuss. And then you had the topic about leadership as well, isn't it? And leadership is also changing. This is one of the topics in the 21 phases of my learning project 2, where I'm going into conscious leadership, which is a complete different ballgame. It is not like the old army style leadership, control and command, isn't it? It is a complete different way of talking to people. Like in my office here, I would never shout to my team. It never happened, isn't it?
No.
Now you should say, yeah, of course, never. That would be cool. So, and it's not about being a barking dog, making the most noise will get the most done, isn't it? Because it's just a waste of energy, and typically barking dogs have no proper ideas. And that's what I'm going to change in the next chapter. And again, using AI, because you can access these kind of new concepts via AI, and you don't need to go and buy a book and try to study hard. You can, again, use that new knowledge and practice on a daily basis together with the technology. So it's a symbiosis with technology, your own intelligence, and a profound outlook to the future to understand, if I have this package with me, I can actually get a job, I can bring the bread and butter to the table, and I will be employed, because to me, talents, they are always employed. The hunt for talents, that will be the future game anyway. Yeah. Did I answer your question? More or less.
One more question? Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay. I got one more.
No, I'm just curious. Let's say I have a staff. He key in your sample suggestion in the thing. Then when the question come out, the higher level of management staff will copy the whole thing and seek for another higher level of answer. No? What I try to say is like, maybe the answer came out for the manager is not so satisfactory. So can he from the answer from this ChatGPT, can the manager will copy the whole thing and ask another further up question. It's like, let's say now I'm a manager, I receive the proposal from my staff. Sometimes if I have to accept all what he write there, for sure I have some question that I need to ask.
I think I got your question. Okay. You mean you receive a report or you receive a write-up and whatever, and you have to report to higher levels, isn't it, with the same topic? So, again, ChatGPT can be very helpful there. Still, I assume you have your own intelligence that you know what you are doing, isn't it? You can take that report, that initial document information, whatever data it is, plug it into the system, add the prompt. Dear ChatGPT, I'm always friendly with this AI, because the more friendly you are, the friendly answer you get. Yeah. So it's an attitude thing, isn't it? Correct. Yeah, AI got attitude. You know. So if you basically say, dear ChatGPT, upgrade that report to the level of top management, and you can even say, make an executive summary, because the higher up, the lesser they read, isn't it? So you can make an executive summary based on that huge report you receive, and it's literally one prompt, click, there you go. However, before you send it to your bosses, you better read, not that you get a call from them and say, hey, what did you write here? You know, then like, I don't know, it was ChatGPT. You can't blame ChatGPT, isn't it? It is you. So, but you can literally upgrade the text, or like what I do, you know, sometimes people expect BBC English from me for documents. So what I do, because I'm not native English speaker, obviously you figured that out by now, isn't it? So what I do, I take my English and say, upgrade to BBC British English, done. And then I get a beautiful outcome. It's like, whoa, words I have never even heard before in English. I change it to something I understand. And then that's my English output, and I can tell you it changes profoundly my output in seconds.
So you only using ChatGPT, or you also put another platform, AI platform, to counter check?
No, I don't counter check with other platforms. I counter check with my own brain.
Okay.
AI multiplied by AI.
Okay, thank you.
But it's a good point. You could use other platforms as well, of course, yes. No more questions, because food is getting cold, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have another session. I think more to come.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Peter. That was great. And thanks to everyone for your questions as well. Well, you surely piqued my interest in AI, if not all
Finally,
people here and inside in the comfort of their own homes. Yep. So now, I would like to remind you again that you can enjoy accessing the AI-driven success and learning all the in-depth tools and information that will most definitely accelerate your work immediately by getting the $18.75 that is being on offer today. So, to not miss out on future updates and, like what Peter has said, sip-sized knowledge, so please follow and subscribe to the Peter Wiz Project Mentors TikTok, Peter Wiz LinkedIn channel, as well as the PMCC Cafe YouTube channel.
I'm now on TikTok as well, guys. Huh? That's new.
That's being
Yeah.
Not being outdated.
That was an exercise.
So, if you have any further questions, you may reach out through LinkedIn or the new TikTok page, where Peter will be updating sip-size insights to help you expand your project manager journey. Okay, so that's it from us today here at PMCC Cafe. Thank you everyone for joining in. The team here in the cafe, you at home or work online, we appreciate your time and look forward to serving you more very soon. And of course, our author, leader and inspiration, Peter Wiz. I'm Dini, and it's been a pleasure to host for you today. We will see you soon for updates, and we hope that you enjoy